thought everybody loved enforcement. Wink, wink. Yeah, that's usually until it gets personal.
Guys, I literally had to leave work. I got to work, and I literally had to leave. We were in a meeting because we do like a daily meeting in the morning. And somebody was making jokes about ICE, calling ICE on people that we work with that are Latino. And everybody thought it was funny. I'm the only Latino in the meeting. Bro, that shit feels so fucking bad. Guys, I literally had to leave work.
Notice something. He's not being arrested. He's not being deported. He's melting down, reacting to jokes. If jokes felt like oppression, man, what happens when real policy shows up? I'm just saying. That's not cruelty. That's just a perspective I want to provide. If jokes break you, man, enforcement, they will shatter you. Now, this Miami-Dade, I almost said dad. Miami-Dade small business owner who voted for Trump feels pain of partner's ICE detention? What?
Please, she does not deserve this. She's the sweetest person, and she prayed for you.
A desperate plea to President Trump from a South Florida man fearing his life partner could be deported to Cuba at any moment. He reached out to our Christian De La Rosa to share his story and his remorse.
It's been 8 months. I didn't know a man could cry this much. I did not think that this would happen.
Wayne DeMario has been working overtime at a Southwest Miami-Dade guitar shop, trying to distract himself from his pain and regret.
I hate to see her going through this. She's my best friend.
His life partner of nearly 20 years, Yamile Alcantu, originally from Cuba, ICE detained her back in June.
8 months that she's been taken. I call it kidnapped because it basically is.
He says it happened during what they thought was just another immigration check-in.
They grabbed her, put her in shackles and chains.
She'd been checking in annually, as so many do, hoping to fix her status. She lost her legal residency and got a deportation order back in 2008 after a traffic stop.
They go through her purse, and then they dump the purse out, and 3 Xanax pills fall out.
But in those years, he says, they didn't think much of it.
Cuban's not going to get deported, so don't worry about it.
Today, DHS has her listed among the worst of the worst, a criminal arrested for dangerous drugs and possession. Wayne feels it's a slap in the face.
I didn't vote for this, but I definitely voted Republican.
He says both were staunch supporters of President Trump.
When you said I didn't vote for this, what did you think you had voted for?
I really thought this was just going to be something organized. But it's obviously not. They just blanket everybody.
Alcantu calling from her detention facility in Louisiana. She says in her 8 months detained, she has not seen an immigration judge. She stresses she's not a criminal and her biggest fear, being deported, especially to Cuba.
There are going to be people out there who hear your story, hear other stories like this and say, well, you voted for this.
Yeah, I've heard that from people.
What do you tell those people?
I'm sorry. I didn't know that this was going to happen. This is about human beings. It's not about left or right. It's about right and wrong.
Alcantu's record does have other violations on it, misdemeanors like petty theft dating back to the early 2000s. Wayne DeMario says he has spent his entire life savings on legal fees trying to get her back home. His friends have a fundraiser underway if you'd like to get involved. The link is under this story on our website, local10.com. Reporting in Miramar, I'm Christian De La Rosa, Local 10 News.
Heartbreaking story. Thanks.
So this one, it's a little different. This isn't a joke. This is consequence. He voted for Trump, which means he voted for enforcement and believed in a promise. Still do. It's just now it's touching his house. Here's the uncomfortable truth, y'all. Policies don't know your intentions. They don't know your family story. They don't care who you voted for. They just apply. And when they apply evenly, people will call it unfair. Now, Here's what happens when emotion doesn't stay personal. It spills into the streets.
Immigrants built our country. Nobody cares anymore. The rock ice is melting! 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 The rock ice is melting!
Yeah. Flags, chants, and a whole lot of volume. I'm seeing right here. A whole lot of volume. But here's the flaw. Yelling doesn't rewrite laws. Protest feels powerful, but law is structural. One moves people. One moves actual policy. They are not the same. And where the parents at? Makes no sense. When protest escalates instead of persuades, y'all, this is what happens next. Now, to provide some extra context, these are children being arrested. Consider this school arrest, quite literally, when kids storm out of school and get arrested to protest ICE.
You're fucking proud of yourself, I'm sure.
What is your problem?
No. This is why we pay taxes. Fucking cops can beat on children.
Listen.
Blood.
Now, this makes no sense. Kids are fleeing school to protest ICE and end up getting arrested. That's not reform. That's escalation. And those teachers and staff and faculty needs to be held accountable. Because escalation does one thing. It hardens the other side. If you think chaos weakens enforcement, I'm going to just go ahead and let you know now. History says the complete opposite. Which brings us to the part nobody talks about. After all the noise and the regret and the chaos, what does the country actually think?
Here, when they hear the mayor of their city, can you pull behind them? It's ICE. They're trying to kidnap people. Please pull behind them.
Shame on you!
The president stands with ICE. I stand with ICE. We stand with all of our law enforcement officers.
And there it is. There it is. Even after the tears, after the protests, even after the regret, support doesn't collapse. Why? Ooh, excuse me. Because most Americans separate emotion from order. You know, they feel sympathy, but they still want law. And that's the part that people, Democrats, keep misreading. Man, this isn't left versus right. I tell you that all the time. It's expectation versus reality. People say they want order and claim they want strength. They say they want borders enforced, but what they really mean is enforce it, just not near me. That's the tension. The guy crying over jokes, that's the culture reacting to discomfort. The voter regretting his choice, that's reality reacting to policy. The protesters in the street, that's emotion trying to overpower structure. The students getting arrested, that's escalation meeting authority. But here's what doesn't change. Law doesn't pause because it's inconvenient. It doesn't shrink because it's emotional. And it doesn't ask who you voted for. It just applies. And when it applies evenly, people call it harsh. When it applies unevenly, people call it corrupt. So the real question isn't whether ICE is perfect. The real question is, do you want laws enforced or do you want laws negotiated through outrage? I can tell you where I stand with that question. You can't build a country on vibes. You know, you build it on systems, and systems don't feel, they function. If enforcement is wrong, hey, change the law. If the law stands, expect enforcement. But being shocked by a follow through after campaigning on follow through, that's not injustice. That's consequence. Which is exactly what I want you to write in the comment section if you made it to the end. Right. That's the consequence, or that's consequences, or consequences, any variation of that. That'll be fine. That'll suffice. Other than that, y'all be safe. Go check on somebody today. You could be saving their life. I'm over here recovering from my weekend. I decided to go out after I took my son out. I decided to go in and take myself out and enjoy touch some grass. And yeah, I woke up with a little too much fog in my head. But we back. And we only do that on occasion. That's not no regular thing. But yeah, I got some more reports coming. Again, I'll say my outro. Be safe. Go check on somebody today. You could be saving their life in Upper Hill.